in Gaza say they now control that side of the border crossing with Egypt.
The Israeli military says it killed 20 of what it calls Hamas terrorists and uncovered 3 tunnel shafts around the Rafah crossing. Tanks bearing Israeli flags now patrol the checkpoint. It means Israel now controls the southern route into Gaza, an entry point for much-needed humanitarian aid.
Fox Jonathan Savage. At least one person is killed, and there's major tornado damage in the town of Barnsdall, Oklahoma.
There is a building flat out here. There is the backside missing off the back of this house, and all of the neighbors are out here just trying to see who made it, what made it.
There's a severe storm threat today from Texas to Pennsylvania. A U.S. Army sergeant's ordered held in Russia for at least 2 months, accused of theft. He'd been stationed in South Korea and stopped to visit a girlfriend on his way back to the U.S. America's listening to Fox News.
Freedom 97.1 WSME.
Live and local. Real talk starts now.
And a very good morning to y'all. It's a Tuesday, so happy it's Tuesday. Good morning. I'm Rayford Brown.
I'm Kelly Knapp.
Who?
I'm Lee Barrows. I know, right?
Who was this?
I know, right?
Yeah. Where you been hiding?
Yeah. Here, there, and yonder.
Yeah, well, you got things back under control. You're feeling fine. Everything's good, right?
Feel better. Yeah.
Less worse.
Less worse.
You know, normally I do all sorts of weird things, right, around here.
Okay.
You want to hear a joke?
Go ahead.
No, don't have one.
I know you
Help
missed that.
me.
I don't have one. But
I know that's a lie.
let's start with some good news.
All right.
From an article in today's edition of the online edition of the Jacksonville Daily News, the North Carolina Association of Chiefs of Police has recognized Senator Michael Lazzara with the Chiefs Legislative Leadership Award for the important work he did during the 2023 legislative session to protect public safety in North Carolina. Humble as always, the senator from Onslow said, as we mourn the tragic loss of 4 brave law enforcement officers in our state, we must continue our efforts to back the blue. Police officers put their lives on the line every day to ensure our safety, and we need to have their 6 by ensuring they receive the resources they need to be safe on the job. Thank goodness. A great statement, Senator. During the 2023 legislative session, the General Assembly considered hundreds of bills and enacted dozens of laws that had a direct impact on law enforcement and public safety in North Carolina. The 2024 session convened in April and will likely see many additional law enforcement and public safety related bills. Good.
Yes, I saw that in the newsletter that he
Yep.
sends out.
Yep.
I mean, that man is phenomenal.
Yeah, I like it. Good stuff there. Hey, we were talking, and Kelly, I don't know, maybe you were listening yesterday about the town of Holly Ridge. We,
She was
I
listening.
guess we intercepted something that was, it was in public records, but they said they were going to hold a special meeting today, the 7th, to discuss some issues, some problems, some concerns, or whatever with the Bee Festival. The town's Bee Festival held less than a week earlier from the time that was announced.
What do you mean concerns? I've heard nothing but positive things about it.
Well, that's what I've heard. But anyway, according to the initial release, the concerns came from the staff. I don't know who the staff is. Nobody's told me that yet. I'm assuming Holly Ridge staff. And they were presented to the mayor and city councilman, town councilman, of which we didn't get any of that information.
I was ready to go today.
Oh, I was going
I
to
wanted to
that.
get the scoop.
I made sure I had gasoline so I could get there and back. And I had a couple of MREs just in case I got hungry. You know how that is.
Right.
But anyway, not sure yet what the concerns were. Nobody has shared that with us. But yesterday, I had some comments, questions about it. And I was going to go down there today. I was going to be there. And because I don't know what the concerns were, but I was there for more than 5 hours, for the entire 5 hours of the event. I was there a lot more longer. You like those words? A lot more longer.
A lot more longer.
Than the mayor was. And a majority of the council. Only a couple of council members were there that I could see.
Yeah. two that I know of.
Yeah, I
that
know
we
two- I know
talked
two.
to. Yes. I'm still going to say this. I think it ran well. I thought
Yeah, I
it was
did too.
exceptional for their first time. I didn't see anything at all. We sat there and we talked to so many people.
Yeah, we did.
We
Everybody
got
was happy too.
Everybody was. I thought it was a lovely event.
Yeah.
Well organized, very
Yeah.
well organized, and
Everything I've heard about it seemed good.
I was surprised.
It was so successful that the 600 gallons of, which I thought was too much,
Hmm
600 gallons of honey that was brought in to be sold was gone in 2.5 hours.
What does that say? But I don't understand what.
I don't either. But the good news is, Town of Holly Ridge has canceled that special meeting scheduled for today at 4:00.
What if they're going to reschedule it?
Well, as I pointed out yesterday, what is so important? What could be so vital that it had to have a special meeting
Hmm
scheduled only 1 week before their regularly scheduled meeting,
I
which
agree
was
with that.
next Tuesday?
Right.
But they were going to have to convene. They were going to have to bring staff in.
hmm
They were going to have to do all of this
well, they're almost.
in a special meeting.
I mean, I could see it if there had been news reports of the SWAT team having been called in and a big melee breaking out or whatever. I could
Yeah,
see
that-
that warning. But I'm sorry,
Yeah.
maybe I'm confused. But I don't recall
You had to
hearing
be there.
any of that.
You saw that you had to be there. There was if
I've
there
seen
were
even a lot of photos, even some like drone photos. It looked very well attended.
beautiful. Beautiful
Everybody
day.
that I know that was affiliated or went or participated or whatever said it was wonderful.
So,
So what's the
anyway,
problem?
I guess on second thought, the town decided to call off that meeting. Maybe whatever the issues are or aren't so important that they can't be discussed next week.
Wonder if it's personality conflicts.
Duh.
I'm already telling you that's my bet.
That came up during the meetings leading up to this event.
And personality conflicts can cause.
The town
Oh.
took credit on their Facebook page for the great event that occurred.
Well,
I
the town-
went back and checked it last week. During the week after the event,
Uh-huh.
the town actually posted on its Facebook page how great it was. How
So
great
then what's
it was.
the problem?
How great it was.
Uh-huh. Interesting.
Well, I do want to thank Dorothy for opening her business so we had a place to go to the
Yeah, Dorothy
restroom.
Rowe. Then, she wasn't
You
selling
know?
guns there that day.
No, she wasn't.
She wasn't doing any of that kind
She
of stuff. She
wasn't.
just had the place open. If somebody wanted something to eat or drink, they could go in
Yes.
there and get it. But as far as anything else, no.
Right. I mean, I got a great coffee, but that wasn't Dorothy. That's a vendor that she has in there doing the coffee.
Mm-hmm.
So, and being able to use the facilities, that was very, very nice.
Mhm.
But there was, like I said, the food trucks did great. I didn't see them running out of food. People were happy, and I've never seen so many dogs.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody
it
had
was
a
a
dog.
dog-friendly event, too.
It was, and there was one dog. When I first looked, I thought it was a pony.
Where's the saddle?
That dog's head came up mid chest level. It was the biggest dog I've ever
Did
seen in my
anybody
life.
run in fear or hide as a
No.
result of seeing this monster?
I even had a little friendly bee on my shoulder. I mean, even the bees were friendly.
Yeah, that was kind of funny. There'd be
Yeah.
one that kept hanging around you. But
Yeah.
and no, I did not put any honey on your back that day.
Yeah.
I didn't spill any honey on your
It's
shirt.
my sweetness. Yeah.
But
okay.
anyway, I'm glad that they have said, maybe this is just over. Wonder who called it. That's what I'd like to know. I doubt very seriously if the mayor called it himself. I don't believe the town manager would have called a special session of council.
There
I
might have
just
been-
don't see
There
that.
might have been somebody that went to the council and said, we need to have a discussion on this. But I mean, and I hope that we didn't have anything to do with them calling it off because we were talking about it yesterday. But I will say, and I'm being honest, and it has nothing to do with who was on the committee, whatever. It was a great event.
It was a great event.
It was very relaxing. I enjoyed it.
Well, who cares who was on the committee? I mean, they put a good event together.
Yeah.
Mhm. There was one city councilman working closely with the committee or was on the committee. I don't know which it was,
Mhm.
but he was there the whole time.
Mhm.
Another one came and went.
Well, the two we
And the mayor
talked
came and
to
went.
it sounded like they were exceptionally pleased with
Well,
the
one
turnout.
of them, the one that the gentleman that has been there forever, when he came up, I said, "Hey, how you doing?" He said, "Boy, tell you what," I said, "Great event here." He says, "Yeah, certainly surpassed all expectations, didn't it?"
Mm-hmm. That's what he told us.
Hmm.
So I got me. I think it's just a few personality conflicts, in my
again,
opinion.
Get your personality conflicts under control and let things progress for the community. Why
Yeah.
would you not? It gives the town of Holly Ridge a good name.
Because some people are just so overwrought with seeing a
Drama.
good thing happening
Yes.
and wanting to stir the pot because they were not involved. That's what it amounts
Well, that's
to.
their problem for not being involved. They could probably ask to be involved, or you don't. And here's a news flash: you don't have to be involved in everything.
No.
My goodness gracious!
Well, you shouldn't be involved in
And
everything.
especially if you're on the town council, take credit for it as being on the town council and move on.
Well,
Come on now.
I remember we were talking, Rayford and I, that day about how proud we were that Holly Ridge is now a bee sanctuary city, a bee
It's not
city,
bee sanctuary.
bee-
Bee city.
bee friendly city.
It's a bee city.
Is a bee city. Okay.
The 201st in the entire nation.
Right.
So
And how
designated.
proud. And then when we were hearing stories about how they involve the schools, like the t-shirts that they were selling had a design on the back.
Yep.
And what they did as far as they went to schools and had a contest
See, that's
on
excellent.
the t-shirts and how involved they were and what the future holds with having bee classes and teaching students about bees
I'm
and
going back to
everything.
600 gallons of honey. You know how many 600 gallons of honey?
I
More
know
than
how
I've
much
ever
I
eaten in my
I
life.
know how much I didn't get. It was sold out quick.
Apparently.
Oh,
I would have made the rounds earlier if I had known that. but-
what? Yeah, as soon as I got there, I should have gone up there and gotten some honey. But who knew?
Hmm. Okay. Well,
But great
anyway.
job. Great job.
Some rather disturbing video I saw yesterday while glancing. I was doing other things, so glancing is a key word here at one of the 24/7 news outlets. The scene opens with the pastor of a church in North Braddock, Pennsylvania, walking away from the pulpit quickly.
Yes.
A man had jumped over a railing at the front of the church, took aim with a handgun, and started trying to shoot the preacher.
He fired, but guess what?
The gun didn't work.
That's right.
He didn't know whether his own safety,
that
didn't have
was
bullets or what. But
horrible.
anyway, it misfired as Glenn, Germany ran for cover.
Mm.
Another guy, he runs up. He was actually the guy shooting the live video of the service. He jumps over this same barrier. He tackles the dude, grabs him from behind, and does a little bear hug on him. Make sure the gun is aimed in a quiet direction, like
Right.
the floor. And then he wrestled the gun away from him by,
Hero.
his name is Clarence McAllister. He was sure someone was going to get shot, he said. He took the gun away. Other people, including the preacher, they came back running over and they held the assailant for police. I'm going to want to run to see this guy has got some other issues because that's just sort of on the stupid side.
Well, I know they said, the preacher said that he'd seen him in and out of the church past,
Mhm.
different times. And, just kind of wondered what his story was. But have they yet determined why
Nope.
the man did what? I mean, he pointed it right at the preacher's head.
Well, he aimed it at him. He
And that
wasn't
preacher was
close.
like, whoa,
Yeah. His name is Bernard Jr. Polite, believe it or not.
polite.
Yeah, that's his last name. He's
Mm.
26 years old. He was hauled away to the jailhouse. Pastor Germany told the media that he had forgiven the guy. And he asked him, sitting in the patrol car in handcuffs without his gun, what were you thinking? And the guy did not have any excuses, no response.
Maybe he was possessed.
Apparently something was wrong. Something was just
Could be.
no
Maybe that's why-
indication of any history between the two of them. Nothing.
Maybe
No,
that's
don't
why he
have a
kept
clue.
coming to church. Maybe he wanted an exorcism or something.
Well, whatever.
That was crazy.
Maybe he'll get one in the jailhouse. We're fast approaching the official start of the 2024 Atlantic hurricane season. I know you're tired of hearing it, but
Mhm.
it's a fact, Jack. Long-range forecasters say this is likely to be one of the more active seasons ever.
Of course.
More active than last year, and last year was fairly active. Current El Nino conditions are likely to transition to La Nina conditions this summer into the fall, leading to hurricane favorable wind shear conditions. This is according to the National Hurricane Center. Sea surface temperatures in the eastern and central Atlantic are currently at record warm levels and are anticipated to remain well above average for the upcoming hurricane season. Being prepared can help minimize the impact of coastal storms. Getting information when hurricanes begin to form is important. Understanding that information is vital. We will be inundated with information and misinformation. Yep. From sidebar forecasters sometimes, as they follow the development of tropical systems. Not all tropical storms will develop into hurricanes, and even those that do may or may not make impact in this country or anywhere else. As we saw last year, a bunch of them died on the vine out there in the middle part of the Atlantic. Of course, looking at the eastern U.S., there is a large coastal area here, duh. In reality, any storm could make landfall, and there are a lot of potential targets. Look at the information provided by the National Hurricane Center. They use scientific data provided by radar, satellite imagery, and Hurricane Hunter airplanes when necessary that track the storms and their development. Then knowing what to do and when to take action will become vital. We'll continue with severe weather tips as we approach the start of hurricane season, and we'll pass along suggestions from the experts as to what steps you should take and when. The hurricane tips and the severe weather tips are brought to you by John Starrs Electric right here in Jacksonville. With more and more of our requirements for electrical service, the team at John Starrs has both the expertise and the experience to help design a standby Generac generator system for both homes and businesses. Local power companies are great at restoring electrical power, but it can take time to get everyone back up and running, especially after a severe storm. Why not power up your life with a Generac generator from John Starrs Electric? Call them today, 910-989-1908. It's all turnkey and worry-free. Again, the number to get you started, 910-989-1908. We'll be back in a couple of minutes with the current weather outlook, both maritime and the landlubbers forecast.
97.1 WSME.
Is your phone plan messing with your savings plan? Don't get stuck paying for things you don't want. With Verizon, you only pay for what you need. And for a limited time, when you bring your own phones to a Verizon store, you'll get an amazing price on your plan. Plus, you'll save on things you actually love, like the Netflix and Max with Ads bundle. And it's on our award-winning 5G network. Bring your phones to your Verizon store today for an incredible deal. A better plan to save is Verizon. Additional terms and conditions apply.
Discover, this is Daniela.
Hi, it's Jennifer Coolidge. I just want to thank you for making me feel so special. I earned cash back on debit for my dinner party groceries.
That's great. But with Discover Cashback Debit, we give everyone cash back on everyday purchases. Anything else I can help you with?
Do you like asparagus and mushroom sorbet? I've got leftovers.
Introducing Discover Cashback Debit, a checking account with cash back. It pays to Discover. Eligibility and terms at discover.com/cashbackdebit. Discover Bank, member FDIC.
A plan every adult family member should consider is the pre-arranged funeral. It's the worry-saving thing to do for your family. Making pre-arrangements helps to alleviate the additional stress on family members that can come with arranging a loved one's funeral. Jones Funeral Home's prepaid funeral plan helps remove confusion. They make a practical evaluation of costs possible, and it's the best way to take an unpleasant task off the shoulders of the family. Call Jones Funeral Home at 455-1281.
With locations in Jacksonville, Richland, Swansboro, and Holly Ridge.
If you're looking for a home, or perhaps you want to sell your house, why would you not pick a realtor that knows Eastern North Carolina? Candy Brown Thompson has lived her entire life in this area and knows the territory like the back of her hand. She's a realtor with Century 21 Champion in Jacksonville and is known as a professional that will do everything possible to find the right home to meet your needs. It matters not whether you're looking for a small starter home or you're ready for a larger home. Candy will stick her neck out and check out homes throughout the eastern part of the state. She's known to look high and low and show you as many houses as you want until you have found the perfect house you can turn into a home. Throughout the process, she'll treat you with grace, kindness, and integrity, and you'll love her sense of humor. For a realtor dedicated to her clients, give Candy Brown Thompson of Century 21 Champion a call at 910-787-5600. That's 910-787-5600.
When you need comforting, who do you call? An old friend, right? Jacksonville Heating Contractors services the heating and cooling needs of our area with dependable quality train systems, guaranteeing indoor comfort for your home or business. In addition to quality train systems, Jacksonville Heating Contractors offers 24-hour emergency service, NATE certified technicians, and over 50 years of experience and service you can trust. And with a Jacksonville Heating Contractor service agreement, you never pay retail for heating or cooling services and receive priority scheduling. Remember, an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. And in New Bern, you can call Trent Heating and Air Conditioning 252-633-2200. In Morehead City, Sea Air Heating and Cooling 252-247-1122. If you need service or repairs, just call an old friend. Jacksonville Heating Contractors, an independent train dealer. It's hard to stop a train. For deals on train systems and more, visit anoldfriend.com or call 910-347-2843. Southern Touch Painting, Maintenance, Power Washing, and Roofing specializes in residential and commercial interior and exterior painting. In fact, they paint most anything except cars, including homes, businesses, apartment complexes, decks, and they do minor repairs, wood repairs, pressure washing, waterproofing, and more, including storm repair and cleanup. Southern Touch Painting, Maintenance, Power Washing, and Roofing, fully licensed, insured, and locally owned and operated by Roger Carroll Jr. References available and customer satisfaction is always guaranteed. So if you want to painted, maintained, power washed, or need a new roof, call Southern Touch Painting, Maintenance, and Power Washing at 910-939-0749 or visit southerntouchpaintingnc.com. Southern Touch Painting, Maintenance, Power Washing, and Roofing salutes our troops and is proud to be part of the continued growth of Onslow and surrounding counties.
It's live and local. Real Talk on Freedom 97.1, 1120 AM, WSME.
Hey, the Marine Weather Forecast brought to you as a courtesy of Community Prevention Services right here in Jacksonville, reminding you that May is Mental Health Awareness Month. Vaping, substance abuse, and drug overdoses are not the only issues that the team at Community Services deals with. Sometimes tragedy can be overwhelming, a problem that you may have issues dealing with. Your job, your boss, all can cause stress that you might not even recognize as stress. If left untreated, stress can lead to anxiety issues. You might know something is wrong, but you just can't quite wrap your hands around the problem. Believe me, you're not alone in this world. Most of us have stress issues to some degree at some time in our lives. When it seems you're not moving forward while dealing with the issues, when you need to reach out. Trained professionals are standing by to help, but you need to take the first step. Call Community Prevention Services of Jacksonville, 910-353-0972. Their credentials and their experiences are incredible and impeccable. That's 910-353-0972. Offshore today, southwesterly winds 15 to 20 knots with gusts to 25, seas 3 to 4 feet, waves from the south about 4 feet high and 5 seconds apart, easterly swells about 1 foot every 10 seconds later this afternoon, sounds and rivers choppy. Tomorrow, southwesterly winds 15 to 20, gusts to 25 knots, seas 3 to 5 feet, wave detail, southwesterly 4 footers at 6 seconds and easterly 2 footers at 10 seconds later in the day, sounds and rivers choppy. And on Thursday, southwesterly winds 15 to 20, increasing to 20 to 25 in the afternoon, gusts up to 30 knots on Thursday. Seas accordingly 5 to 7 feet, wave detail, southwesterly 6 footers at 7 seconds and easterly 1 foot at 11 seconds later in the day. Sounds and rivers choppy, becoming rough in the afternoon. Surf temperature along Onslow Bay beaches, oh, nice, 71 degrees. Offshore, it's 72.
Today, a chance of showers and thunderstorms after 10 a.m. Otherwise, partly sunny, high of 89, wind 6 to 11 miles an hour with 18-mile-an-hour gusts. Tonight, partly cloudy, low of 70. Tomorrow, mostly sunny, high of 92. Nice. Southwest winds 7 to 10 miles an hour with 16-mile-an-hour gusts.
Mhm.
Tomorrow night, partly cloudy, low of 69. And on Thursday, oh my, mostly sunny, still keeping in the 90s with
Oh,
a
my.
high of 90.
It's gonna be heated and
Yeah.
hot. Well, we got our police dog here, right?
Our canine.
Yeah. Very, very active lady she is. And she had to escort the chief law enforcement officer of Jacksonville into the building this morning. How are you?
Good.
Did she provide good safety for you?
She did.
You didn't get attacked or anything?
No.
Okay, so you found your way here, no problem. Excellent. Canines are great critters to have on a
They
police
are.
force too,
They are.
and to have around here. So,
And we just got a new one.
I heard.
Yeah.
That's good.
Can you bring him in? Can somebody bring him in one day?
So we got a therapy dog.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna need.
Oh
that.
boy, we need that.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna need it.
Well, a lot of agencies have used those dogs
Mhm.
to help with the wellness of both telecommunicators, police officers, and the firefighters
Sure.
when they have those critical events. So,
So it's-
we're excited about
So
that.
it's a kind of a cool in-house.
I like that.
Yeah.
Yes.
What kind of dog is it?
Nice.
Shouldn't have asked me that. Because
A cute,
they're being
fluffy dog.
trained.
Okay. Okay. I can't wait to see this dog.
Chief Mike Anair is joining us
Yes.
here. And Chief, first interview I did on radio, on talk radio ever. I was not a talk radio host, but I got encouraged to do it. So I did it. And I say, I got to talk. Let's see if I can call. So I called you and you said, absolutely, come on down. And we met for the first time. That was over 12 years ago now.
Oh, goodness.
So I've been the police chief for 20 years.
Yeah, I know.
20. I know. We
A
were
long time.
trying to figure that out last week.
20 years
Really?
as a police
20
chief
years.
here.
Okay.
An outstanding career, Jacksonville PD, the city of Jacksonville, surrounding area, the greater Jacksonville area is a whole lot better off than it was 20 years ago.
Well, thank you. I appreciate
I
it.
will tell you that right now. And being an observer of law enforcement officers all over and departments all over, it's just such a relief to know that we've got something that I can count on. So that's good. And as you get older, you need that even more and more. But you're not going to call it quits, but
No.
you're taking another turn. Some people call it retirement. It's not really retirement in your case, sort of, but maybe, but not, right?
Well,
Explain this one.
About 4 or 12 years ago, I became the public safety director.
Right.
And about 4 or 5 years ago, we hired a fantastic fire chief.
Mhm.
And I still acted as the public safety director. And so that's kind of the role that I'll be in with a new police chief. I did kind of both jobs, and now the transition will give me more time to work on strategic things.
Yeah, including with the fire department too, because that's
That's
a
true.
vital
That's
part
true.
of what goes on, that
Yes.
and EMS and everything else is happening here. So there's a lot of work in that position. Back in the day, there were like 20 cops here. Come on. Of course, all the crime was right downtown, confined to one little spot.
Court Street.
Yeah, because the Marines couldn't drive and they got to come to town twice a month. So that was, it was not, and it wasn't bad. It was just a lot of indiscretions, shall we say, that were committed during that time. Most of them very minor, no big deal. But today, how many sworn officers?
Well, we have about all sworn officers together, about 150.
Wow.
Okay, that's cool.
And so we have 86 firefighters, but together that team and telecommunicators, they respond to 130,000 police calls, 45,000 fire calls.
Wow.
So they're extremely busy.
A lot of the calls that the fire department responds to are also traffic wrecks.
Crashes, EMS
Yes,
calls,
yes.
things like that.
So,
Yes.
because so many of them are first responders as well, or they're trained in that
They are
respect.
trained first responders. They do an excellent job for us.
Yes. Yeah, I've seen them in action. That's very good. Running up on a wreck, I see them showing up very quickly, and that's good for one and all. So, what are you going to miss about being the chief?
My gosh, I don't know. I haven't given that much thought.
Mhm.
I think so. I've been a first responder for 50 years, or in April of next year, it'll be 50 years.
A half a century.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. The
You know
change.
the median age for Onslow County residents is 22, right?
That's right.
Okay, just to let you know.
So are you retiring
So-
from law enforcement, or are you
No, I'm going to
leaving law enforcement and just stepping into a whole nother role?
So the job description calls for me to still be a law enforcement officer.
That's what I thought. Okay.
And so I'll still carry a gun and
Mhm.
maybe occasionally make an arrest.
Kind of like a police commissioner in
Right.
larger
Yeah.
cities, right?
Yeah.
With additional duties.
A number of cities have worked a public safety director, and part of the process is to help transition, to give agencies more depth, transition agencies so that there's not this in philosophy and change. The council likes our philosophy now.
They would
community-
like to maintain that, I know.
Yeah. And so that's part of the process is, if you bring, we're bringing a chief in. And so how do we maintain some of the things that we've been doing? For example, the mental health pieces, the opioid, the things that we've been doing to opioid. We've been working on homelessness initiative, reentry initiative, the child abuse issues that we have, and all those things together. We want to continue that kind of work, and so those are more strategic and more long term. Those are not the easy thing to fix, like that car crash you talked about.
Well, you've also overseen the changing or modification of the mentality sometimes of the traditional cop on the beat guy. Way back when, you started then too, there were certain procedures you did and kind of like handed down from decades ago, right?
Right. Yeah,
Times have changed.
they sure have changed. When I started, our job was strictly law enforcement. So we focused on the arrest, we focused on the court piece, we focused on investigations. But I think over the time, in fact, in the last 30 some years, I've been a police administrator, both here and in Bristol. What I've seen is that we can't have an impact unless we change our philosophy. And our philosophy is that we have to start looking at more of some of the social aspects of it. For example, when we talk about opioids, we have more opioid deaths than we have anything else.
Right.
And so how do we solve those? We know that, that there's a gap that we have to get between somebody that gets detoxed at the Dix Crisis Center and gets into treatment. It's 120 hours, 120 hours before they get into treatment. And, somebody that's addicted to an opioid, that's a death sentence. And so what we're trying to do is we're trying to improve those things. And that takes a tremendous amount of time and effort in order to do that. So moving from simply arresting somebody for the offense based upon the law and looking at underlying causes is a tremendous shift in what law enforcement does. And that's what we've been doing is we've been focusing on some of those underlying causes. For example, child abuse. When we talk about child abuse and child neglect, those are the things that cause crime 5, 10, 15 years down.
It's generational.
Mm-hmm.
Now, one of the first questions I asked you a dozen years ago, what is the leading problem that you face on a daily basis here? And at that time, your response was the home break-ins, where people are generally not at home, and the number one product is not going to be a bunch of money or anything like that. Number one product is go through the medicine cabinet.
That's
Is
true.
that still the problem?
That is still a problem.
Really?
But the problem has escalated.
Sure.
And so what we saw was as we started to pull back some of the legislation that allowed that made it more difficult to get prescriptions. I mean, I remember when I got my wisdom teeth cut out, they gave me 30 or 40.
Yep. With a refill.
Right. And so that cutting back on that forced heroin. And then from heroin, we went to fentanyl because fentanyl was cheaper than bringing heroin in because it's a synthetic drug. And so that problem has persisted. It's just changed its face over the last several years. And now we're starting to see xylazine that's being mixed with it. And that drug is becoming more and more dangerous every day.
Kelly pointed out in the last stats that I had, there's probably been some more since then. 110,000 Americans died last year, or the most recent year that I had access to. 110,000. And as I point out, if you break that down to 3.5 years, the same amount of time that we were in World War II, where we lost 300,000 American service personnel, we're going to surpass that in 3.5 years with fentanyl overdoses in this country. What's wrong with us?
Well, all you have to do is talk to a parent who's lost somebody.
Yes,
with it,
and we have.
And I mean, it's devastating because they're in the prime of their life. They're young, and these drugs that are coming from China through Mexico are just simply killing us. And so what we have to do is we have to look at, we try to arrest our way out of it. It doesn't work. What we need to be doing is looking at the gaps in the services that we have. And there are many gaps in services. As we consolidated, we went from Onslow County to Onslow and Carteret County to 23 counties to now 46 counties. That consolidation of mental health services has made things much more challenging to get the quality of help they need. And so working through that process and looking at what we can do. In fact, today, starting in a few minutes, we'll have a class, and Dr. Gilbert and Sergeant Ricks and Dave Reese and Shannon Aiken of our behavioral health staff be teaching CIT training to our new officers that just graduated the academy Friday night.
Oh, excellent. All right, good. Let's take a quick break. We'll be back on the other side with much more here with Chief Mike Unera from the Jacksonville Police Department, Public Safety Director for the city of Jacksonville as well, and some new challenges that he's going to have down the road, but he's got lots of experience to go with those new challenges. He's already been on the job for 12 years. Now he just gets to expand upon it. You're live and local, Real Talk, Freedom 97.1, 1120 AM, WSME.
WSME.
Hello, shoppers. Take advantage of these specials and many more at your locally owned and operated Richlands Piggly Wiggly, where good things cost less. Down the street, Highway 24 in Richlands. T-bone steak is only $9.99 a pound. Half-cut bone-in strip loin, $10.99 a pound. How about boneless chuck roast, just $4.99 a pound? Thick-cut boneless pork chops are only $2.99 a pound. Boneless fried breast is only $1.99 a pound. And enjoy down-home country cooking and their deli 7 days a week in the store. Dine in or take out, featuring hot, fresh chicken that will make you smile. Country breakfast starts at 5:30 a.m. daily at your Richlands Piggly Wiggly Deli and is home to the famous Merle Bowl. You can also take advantage of the fast-friendly pharmacy located inside the Richlands Piggly Wiggly. Richlands Piggly Wiggly, down the street, where good things cost less. Highway 24 Richlands. Remember, save big with the P. When it comes to paint supplies, whether a contractor or homeowner, since 1957, people had depended on Jacksonville's premier paint store, CNS Paint, for all their painting supplies, and accessories, as well as providing expert knowledge and helping with a particular paint project. CNS Paint, with locations in Jacksonville at 6 Doris Avenue, 504 Cedar Point Boulevard, Cedar Point, and 105 Wayne Drive, Morehead City. CNS Paint is close and convenient to cover the Crystal Coast with quality PPG PPG paint for any project, residential or commercial. Color is often the first impression of a home or community. PPG's team of designers, experienced in both new home construction and residential repaint, have compiled over 2,000 color schemes to provide you with a selection that appeals to homeowners. A beautiful and lasting paint job starts with quality PPG paint. For more information, phone 910-455-0210 or visit CNS Paint, 6 Stars Avenue, Jacksonville, 504 Cedar Point Boulevard, Cedar Point, or 105 Wayne Drive in Morris City, or online, cspaintcenter.com. CNS Paint, Jacksonville's premier paint store since 1957.
Looking for a job? Full-time? Part-time? Il Cigno Italiano Restaurant wants you. Only hiring for hostesses, servers, bartenders, and dishwashers. Il Cigno Italiano is a family-owned, fast-paced restaurant that offers the best in fine dining on the Crystal Coast. If you're hardworking, reliable, professional, and have a desire to always strive for better, we want to talk to you. Make great money and be a part of an outstanding, dedicated team. Il Cigno Italiano on West Corbett Avenue in Swansboro.
The Cub Cadet Ultimate Sales Event is here. Now through May 18th, save on select Cub Cadet lawnmowers, including both gas and battery-powered zero-turns and lawn tractors. The Cub Cadet Ultimate Series, which includes both lap bar and steering wheel models with heavy-duty mowing decks available in a variety of sizes designed to deliver a premium cut. And Cub Cadet XT Enduro Series lawn tractors were engineered for strength, comfort, and versatility. Don't wait. The Ultimate Sales Event ends May 18th. Head to Mills International Incorporated, your local Cub Cadet dealer, at 801 South Queen Street, Kinston, for exceptional offers, expert advice, and excellent service. Offer valid 4/14/24 through 5/18/24. Participating Cub Cadet dealers and online at cubcadet.com. Prices may vary by retailer, may not be combined with any other discount or offer, does not apply to prior purchases. Other restrictions apply. Void where prohibited.
Vacation season is here. That means fishing and fun. Make sure your car or truck is ready for the road with a visit to Battlefield Automotive, 1214 West Corbett Avenue in Swansboro. If your check engine light is on, you may be looking at an expensive repair bill down the road, complicated by extreme temperatures and an engine that's not prepared to handle it. The pros at Battlefield Automotive can check your battery, starter, and charging system, charge and repair air conditioning systems to keep you cool and tune up your engine. They do everything from oil changes to brakes, and they carry a complete line of accessories. Battlefield Automotive are experts in both the car and truck repair and guarantee all their work using only ASC certified mechanics. So, whether it's a battery, a simple hose, tune-up, or just getting your ride ready for a getaway, call 910-325-0828. Visit Battlefield Automotive today, 1214 West Corbett Road, in the friendly city by the sea in Swansboro. Again, for Battlefield Automotive, call 910-325-0828.
It's live and local. Real talk on Freedom 97.1 WSME.
Okay, we're back. Just talking about some of the way things have changed. What do you look for the future here in Jacksonville and Onslow? Quite often police chiefs and the sheriff of a county, I've noticed it in any number of jurisdictions, they sometimes are at odds with each other. I'm not seeing that here. Am I right or wrong?
We're excited about some of the things that, in fact, with Sheriff Thomas, one of the things that we've really been discussing is the fact that we've bought some forensic equipment.
Right.
We've got a DNA machine,
which is amazing.
Yeah. So actually, we just got it in. It's just been installed. And I think our folks go this week and the sheriff's folks go next week. And so we'll be doing DNA testing countywide using that equipment.
Maybe I need to go get swabbed and see what you know about me.
Well,
we do not need to know.
Well, and then we bought a NIBIN machine, which will allow us to put shell casings into the.
I like that.
To the national database for shell casings.
A lot of times, folks, you may see it on TV or whatever, but they'll leave behind because everybody seems to like to use a semi-automatic today to do things, but they don't police the brass, as they call it. Sometimes they can't find it, but if you find it, And it's ever been another piece of brass like that's ever turned up anywhere, you can find out where it was and perhaps who done it.
So we've worked on a number of things together. In fact, when we talk about child abuse, the MDT steering committee is being co-chaired by myself and Sheriff Thomas.
Good.
And actually, the Night of Hope on Thursday night, he and I will both be speaking about child abuse and neglect in our community.
And your joint news conference, what, 2 weeks ago or something, dealing with the vaping issue here. And turns out there's a lot more than huffing and puffing and a little bit of steam going on out there, I guess, right?
Yeah, and I mean, that was a very effective operation so that we were able to do that countywide. 70 some places were we served with search warrants.
Yeah, and you expanded to another county, crossed over a county.
We did.
County.
We did cross over to another county, into New Hanover County.
And as a result of your investigation here, what turned up down in New Hanover?
Well, we see a number of the product in warehouses and a substantial amount of money where they've been distributing these illegal substances across not just Onslow County, but Onslow, Pender,
Interesting.
Carteret.
Nice.
Any other counties jumping on board, trying to look at what you're doing? Have they asked you for some assistance?
Yeah, there have been some other
feeling.
counties that have reached out and talked to us about this growing problem.
Yeah, well, I noticed one of the stores that used to be 24 hours a day, the big sign that was up there, because I pass it at least once a day. It's pretty subdued these days, and there's usually one car in the parking lot, and there's no 24-hour, 7 days a week sign up anymore.
Well, they need to comply with the law.
Yeah, and the law says you can't have illegal substances.
That's right.
Period.
Marijuana is still illegal in this state.
A lot of people don't quite understand that yet. Do that one more time. Marijuana
is illegal.
You cannot go out and smoke a joint.
Right. And it's interesting is you can extract, the Delta drugs, Delta drugs that they're putting in vaping and things like that. You can extract that from hemp and it'd be legal. If you extract it from marijuana, it is illegal. And so that's become a challenge in itself. So again, until the legislature decides if it's legal or illegal, it is illegal to possess that drug.
Okay, we got a few more minutes left. We're going to take a break here. After this, we'll have time for about one call. If you want to make it short, you've got a burning question, give us a ringy-dingy, 910-333-0139. I think that was slow enough. You're live in Local Real Talk. We'll be right back.
Freedom 97.1 WSME.
Have you gotten your copy of Topsail Times newspaper this week? If not, did you know that Topsail Times is Topsail area's only local newspaper in print? Started a little over a year ago, we now have over 1,500 online subscribers and 5,000 printed copies that go out every 2 weeks. And we never charge our readers. Information should be free to our readers, and we stick by that. Looking for an idea for date night? Want to learn some local history? How about asking a veterinarian about your pet? These things and more are available in each copy of the Topsail Times newspaper. Want to get the word out about your business? We offer great rates for full color ads, and the online paper version is always included for free. Need help designing the perfect ad? We can do that too. We're always looking for human interest stories, so start writing. And we love local photos too. Check out our website at topsailtimes.net, where you can find out where to pick up a copy or check out our latest publication online.
Welcome to Lane & Associates Family Dentistry, where we love to make you smile. Now proud to be working with Drs. Kim and Tommy Morgan, formerly Morgan Family Dentistry. The Jacksonville and Richlands Morgan offices of Lane & Associates Family Dentistry blends the latest technology with personal care and attention, so you have an amazing dental experience. The offices of Lane & Associates welcome all ages and accepts all major insurances, including military. Lane & Associates Family Dentistry has been serving the state of North Carolina for over 40 years, with 2 locations in Jacksonville, Richlands, and Maysville. Call for an appointment today at 877-LANE-DDS or online at lanedds.com. Welcome to Lane & Associates Family Dentistry.
Chico's Tires, 2320 Wilmington Highway, is Jacksonville's oldest tire company. And now Jacksonville's newest tire company is Little Chico's, located at 1675 North Marine Boulevard. Little Chico's carries all the major brands and all sizes, such as Michelin, Goodyear, BF Goodrich, Bridgestone, and many others, and all new tires have warranty. In addition to a great selection of new tires, Little Chico's has used tires starting at only $30. In addition to new and used tires, Little Chico's does brake service, minor auto and truck repair, and towing. So if you need tires, new or used, brake service, minor auto or truck repair, or if you need a tow, visit Jacksonville's newest tire store, Little Chico's, 1675 North Marine Boulevard. By phone, 910-333-0473 for Little Chico's Tire Service, located at 1675 North Marine Boulevard, right here in Jacksonville.
This just in, I think there's been a prison break, and reports are saying it's the Scorcher. Yes, the Scorcher has escaped and is running rampant across Comfortville. Apparently, he's targeting innocent air conditioning units. Yes, and wait a second. It seems that reports are flooding in of unfortunate citizens feeling uncomfortable, hot, and in extreme cases, I hesitate to say this on the air, people are even sweating. Wait a minute, we're now getting word there seems to be some sort of disturbance. Oh, Bryant Man is on the scene, and he has apprehended the Scorcher. All right. Tune in again for another tale of Bryant Man, always doing whatever it takes.
Call Down East Heating and Air Conditioning at 346-4311 and let them keep you comfortable this summer. Down East Heating and Air, serving our community for over 25 years. Down East can also help you with your home guttering needs. Call Down East today, 346-4311.
Freedom 97.1 WSME.
It's live and local real talk on Freedom 97.1 WSME.
Okay, we're back here, and we have a call. So, Chief, we're are you looking forward to this change? It's not going to be a total like you're moving cities or having to call the moving van in.
Well, I think the change gives us more depth again to work on some of these stubborn problems. You know, I mean, we're blessed in this city to have low crime rate, low violent crime rate. And so it gives us this opportunity to look at how we can make people's lives better. And that includes looking at folks that are homeless, looking at folks, I mean, all those things that we can do, that we have time to do, because we're not responding to violent crimes like other communities are working on. And so I'm looking forward to being able to devote more effort into solving some of those underlying things and making our community a better place.
I got loaned out when at JPD, okay, and got loaned out to the sheriff's office because they had nobody processing crime scenes. They didn't have a photographer there. That's primarily what I did. There were not many weeks during over a period of a couple of years that I did not get called out to go to a shooting, a stabbing, most often resulting in death, quite often resulting in death. Many of them were suicides, we'll give you that. But there were not many weeks over a period of about 2 years, 2.5 years, that I wasn't called out to go respond to one. We don't have that.
And we're blessed. And I think that needs to continue. But I also think that looking at those underlying causes, as I mentioned before,
sure,
is a way that we can ensure that trend continues.
And I'm pleased as punch that it's doing that. Uniforms don't get as messed up as often. You don't have to buy and have them patched and all that sort of good stuff because people are in fights all the time, do you?
Right, that's true.
Haven't lost any hats, I'm sure, because of fights, really? Because that used to be a thing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, well, you remember those days, too. The days where you couldn't wear a real tie, you had to wear a clip-on tie if you had long sleeves, right?
Or you couldn't wear a whistle because it had the chain on it.
They'd grab you and do whatever. Yeah, I got rid of that whistle a long time ago. But anyway, it's all for the better. And I think we are looking at the mess that you look at every day on TV and on the internet going across this country. It looks like another world. It doesn't look like this country that I'm familiar with here in Onslow and surrounding counties. I mean, it's not just Onslow, it's surrounding counties. We're doing very well in this part of the country.
I think so. I think I think it's a safe place for your kids to grow up. My kids grew up here. I mean, it's a great community to live in, and people are great. The military has been good to us. The military has been good to our community. So,
are any of your recruits, or a significant number of your recruits, coming from the military community? Those who are leaving the Marine
probably
Corps?
about 50%.
Are they? Oh, good.
At least 50% of them are.
That's a different perspective too. So that's always good to have on board.
It is. It is. It presents some challenges because somebody will work for 5 or 10 years, and then families need stuff at their home, and so they'll move back. But we've seen a significant amount of people that leave the military and stay here because the quality of life is so good.
Oh,
and that's what we want to continue.
And way back then, that's exactly the way it was then too. So many of them actually retired after they left the Marine Corps.
Right.
Some of them had law enforcement training in the Marine Corps as MPs. They just wanted to continue.
Senator Lazzara worked with us, and also Representative Cleveland and Shepard, so that we could transition people from the military that had military training, MP training, into the police department without having to go through all of BLET.
Yeah.
And so we've hired a number of those folks.
Yeah, I dare say that you will not even be able to tell me the total number of hours of training after BLET that you had. Can you even take a wild guess how many there are?
I have no idea. I know I have a file about that.
You do.
I keep every certificate. Sometimes at some point in time you need it for something.
Yeah. Yeah, that's kind of like with diving. Every time I go to a new place to go diving, they said, do you have a logbook? 59 years? No, I don't have a logbook of every dive I've ever made. Thousands, tens of thousands, perhaps. I don't know. But yeah, sometimes some of that can get to be a little bit like, ooh, I don't know. I'm sure I covered that somewhere down the line. Now, back to BLET real quick. How much is this new chief? Because he's got 30 years in Virginia, but Virginia is not North Carolina, though
Virginia
it's
is not North Carolina. So he's probably looking at about 220 hours.
That much, huh?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. They've increased it over the years, and they've made it, the state, we've had some challenges with the state as far as police certification. Typically, we're waiting about 12 weeks for certification from the time they graduate BLET. So that's presented us with some challenges.
Wow.
Yeah, will he go locally for his BLET?
Oh, yeah. I'm sure he'll go to Coastal.
I'm sure you have a reservation there waiting for him.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they work with us. We work with them to get, we get folks that come here, especially military spouses. And they'll come here, and then we'll put them into BLET because they've been certified in Tennessee or Virginia or California or Oregon. And so we're familiar with that process of transitioning from one state to another.
Okay, well, that's good. I'm anxious to meet him when he gets into town.
Yes.
I'm sure I'll get an introduction at some point in time.
Sure.
And get him on.
We've already got a standard. We've already got a request in.
You can tell him how nice that we are.
We're nice.
We're trying to, what?
I'm just saying, I'm laughing.
To law enforcement, we're always nice.
We back the blue.
Yeah, got
That's
to,
right.
no doubt.
Well, I appreciate everything. You help us get our message out.
Well, that's what we're here for too.
And you help us talk about some of those important issues. I mean, when we had 26 deaths last year in the city from opioids, I mean, we got to do something better. It is unacceptable.
Totally unacceptable.
Because there's 26 lives, 26 families, 26 parents who's had to live through that, and they shouldn't have had to.
And how many murders were there last year in the city?
I was going to ask.
There's one.
Yes.
I rest my case, guys.
Right.
It starts in China, but it could be stopped in Mexico.
It could be.
There's your bumper sticker. It may start in China, but we could stop it in Mexico. We could stop it at the border.
And we're going to have to get serious about that because those drugs are being manufactured in China, but they're being transported to Mexico and then brought across that porous border. So there's got to be some changes in that in order for us to slow the flow of these illegal substances.
Totally agree. Chief Yanero, thank you. It's always a pleasure having you in here. And this won't stop you just because you're going to move up in the ivory tower. We still invite you to come back here anytime.
Well, I appreciate it.
I'm sure we'll have questions.
Oh, yeah. Most definitely.
Chief Mike Yanero, Jacksonville Police Department. Let's take a break. You're live on Local Real Talk Freedom 97.1, 1120 AM, WSME. We're going to talk a little bit about the health department and what's going on over there these days, too. And, you know, lots of things are happening over there on a regular basis. Fox News is now. We'll be right back.
WSME, Camp Lejeune, 246 CJ, Jacksonville.
Fox News. I'm Chris Foster. The Israeli military says it's conducting a limited ground operation in part of Rafah in southern Gaza after telling civilians to leave.
The IDF says they killed 20 Hamas militants and found 3 tunnels. There are also reports that the Rafah border crossing is currently closed for humanitarian aid. This is an entry point for aid trucks coming in from Egypt.
Fox's Madeline Rivera. There's a threat of jail time for violating a gag order, then more testimony at former President Trump's criminal hush money trial in New York.
2 Trump Organization employees, one past, one current, testified about payments made to Michael Cohen, including checks signed by former President Donald Trump himself. But neither witness testified that Trump knew anything about a plan to reimburse Cohen for paying adult film actress Stormy Daniels $130,000.
Fox's Nate Foy. There's at least 1 tornado death reported in northeastern Oklahoma. America's listening to Fox News.
Freedom 97.1.
WSME.
It's live and local. Real talk.
Okay, we're back here live on Local Real Talk, Freedom 97.1, 1120 AM, WSME. What a pleasure. Always having that young man in here.
Yes, I agree.
I call him young because he's much younger than I am, and I'm just ancient. But anyway, we have another guest in the studio.
We sure do.
We do.
And he comes over there from that health department, place that day I can go and make sure I'm healthy at any time, right?
That's right.
Okay, good. Am I healthy? Can you check my pulse now?
I'm not qualified to do that, but we do have people that are qualified.
You can't check my pulse to see if I'm breathing.
I would check your
kicking?
pulse. I'm not a nurse or anything.
What would happen if it wasn't working?
I would call 911.
Oh.
This is Matt. How do you say your last name?
Mano.
Mano. Okay, that's
Just
what I was
like
going to
it
say.
looks.
That's right.
Well, it could be Mano.
Well, there are people that do weird
Yes.
things, but
That's
Matt's
why,
not one of
that's
them.
why I always ask.
Matt's with the Onslow County
Matt.
Health Department. And
Yes.
what's your position there?
I'm the community relations officer.
Okay.
Oh, well, we're going to be seeing a lot of you then.
Yeah.
How long you
been there? Going on 2 years.
Wow.
And
Why
I've
haven't we
been-
seen you before?
I don't know.
Busy because I work with him heavily. He's a busy dude.
That's true. That's true. I've
Yeah.
been with the county for 8 years, but the health department for 2. So
Yeah.
I know I've been trying to get somebody on for quite a while, and then the health department answered at the same time the hospital did. I had you two confused. It was a mess, but I've got it straight
They're
now.
two Victorias, right?
Yes, yeah, it was. In,
One at the
kept
hospital,
changing
one's at the
dates.
health
Both,
department.
No.
but yeah, the hospital will be on here Friday.
well, now you know who I am. So
That's
call
right.
me up
No, I
anytime.
got your number.
That's the one to call.
I've got you on speed dial now.
You're in trouble.
Uh-oh.
Anyway, what do you do there besides just as community relations, community resources, whatever? What is your job function? What does that entail?
Yeah, so we have a team of 7 in community relations. So we have health educators, and they're the great team that's going out. They're working on all different programs like vaping prevention. We have an overdose fatality review team that we work on. We have ACEs.
Well, they're busy.
That's true. We have an ACEs training that we work with different other agency organizations to train on. And then we're going out through the schools, like I said, with that vaping training, vaping prevention, but health education, nutrition, wellness, teaching chronic disease prevention, diabetes prevention. Our health educators are busy out and about in the community all the time doing all sorts of different programs. And then we also have emergency preparedness in our division too. So thinking about back during the COVID vaccination times and all that busyness. And then we also have quality assurance and quality improvement under us. So making sure that, we're serving our community the way they want us to serve them, getting their feedback and making sure that all of our processes are efficient. And then we also have the communications, the website, all the social media and everything else that kind of entails making sure that our community is informed about our services and all the good things that we're working on.
Well, back during the post-pandemic vaccination period, of course, being a very controversial period of time. But I'll tell you what, I got every one of them. I was standing in line on day one for the first one goes around because I had it prior to any vaccinations out there. I was an early bloomer. So it hit me, but I had no effects except temperature went up one night, came back down. So it was kind of interesting. But getting the vaccine, I figured it was going to take me my arm, my leg, and several days waiting, standing in line to go through and get those vaccinations. No. The longest period of time that I had was sitting there after the shot for 15 minutes waiting to leave to make sure I didn't fall out. That was the most efficiently run, mass-produced anything that I've ever seen anywhere.
No, you were working with the county was actually, it was at the county government building, and that was y'all with the county working together.
Yeah, so they had different ones, but I
have to agree. It was flawless.
They had a great team, and I was with the library at the time actually. So it was all hands on deck. Everybody was working together, and
it was flawless.
Now I'm over at the health department, and now we're gearing up for our community health needs assessment. So we get to hear what the community needs.
Yeah, we'll find out what the community needs. We're going to find out right now what one gentleman made. Hey, Bill, what's up? Bill left. Call back, Bill. Matt, what are people? I'm sure you talk with a lot of. Well, let's see. Is that Bill again?
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. Bill, don't hang up this time. All right, Bill. You got a burning question here for Matt?
One thing that I know, COVID-19 sort of took a lot of the stage for diseases, etc. And I was trying to I haven't heard of anything about AIDS and HIV. And is there vaccinations for that now, or have they found cures, or is that things that just sort of died out?
Well, I know they have medications. We do HIV and STD testing at the health department. They have the PrEP medications. We don't offer those at the health department, but nothing in addition that I can provide for that.
Mm-hmm. There's not as many cases reported, I guess. People maybe got the word. Mm-hmm. Maybe they chose more carefully.
And prevention's the best.
Yeah. And of course, a lot of the IV usage. Which brings up a point, Bill. Do you agree that it was a good thing to start handing out clean needles to addicts and to people who wanted them instead of spreading this disease and others? You think that was a good idea, Bill?
I always wondered with the addict stuff that, like, if you had heroin, which is a powdered cocaine and all that, and you're melting it, syringe, that the damage from the burning would take to, melt the solid now going into your body, that would burn out the veins, the muscle tissue surrounding them, or arteries, cause blood clots, gangrene, et cetera, if they left it untreated. But, and my theory was, or my thing was, again, if they're lucky, they live. If not, they die from, blood clots, et cetera, caused by the drugs. So I never saw the purpose of handing out needles, except for maybe letting them kill themselves with it. So I don't know what the real outcome was, but I wasn't into drug treatment there in New York or some of the other places they did that. So I don't know.
Yeah. Okay.
I really don't have a good opinion about it, except that it is helping them kill themselves.
Okay. All right. Well, hopefully, it was a test, I guess, in some areas that maybe as far as the HIV is concerned, that a lot of drug users, the IV users, one person gets AIDS and then they start sharing that same needle from person to person to person, and they spread that joy among a whole lot of folks in a hurry.
Yeah, I think a lot of it was the sex end of it. That a lot of the people that were had it. Part of it was to keep spreading the word.
Yeah, it was a combination.
And,
Okay.
So I don't know.
All right, Bill.
I hadn't heard about any kind of breakthroughs on a cure or a vaccination for that.
Keep listening. We're gonna ask this young man about that a little bit more. Thank you, Bill.
Yes. All right.
Thank you.
All right, let me say something real quick because I got to go. In 2023, there were 18 new HIV cases here in Nassau County. North Carolina had about 22,000 in all of 2023 statewide.
Wait a minute, let's do that. Oh, statewide. North Carolina had 22,000.
And there were 23 new cases. I'm sorry, 18 new cases here in Onslow. There were 18 in 21. There were 15 in 22, and we were back up to 23. 18 in 2023.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now.
Out of a couple 100,000.
Mm-hmm. Well, Onslow County Health Department has a very good, what would I call it? HIV outreach. I don't know if that's what I'm going to call it, man. I don't know what you call it, but yeah, I used to refer clients to there. And they have a team that goes out and provides education, testing, monitoring, et cetera, for these individuals.
Okay. Initially it was a death sentence.
Mm-hmm.
You were going to die if you got HIV, right?
Mm-hmm.
Remember those days well.
Yep.
And
but now there's medication.
Now it's medication that can extend your life. We had a famous basketball player.
Undetectable. Now there's such good medication, you cannot even detect antibodies in blood sometimes if you do everything correctly and you catch it early enough.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So does that allow them to live a life, a relatively normal life, those who have been diagnosed?
Yes.
It does.
Mm-hmm.
So they don't
With
spread
precautions,
it. They don't
but
spread it anymore?
they could spread it. They'd have to have protected sex.
Okay.
But yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Which I recommend anybody do that. Onslow County has a high STD rate. I know I'm preaching to the choir. We do. So.
What are we doing about that, Matt?
Outreach.
Outreach.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
So obviously making sure that people are aware, making sure that people are protected, making sure that, again, that we're doing our part in testing and outreach, passing out condoms. I mean, some of the most basic things to make sure that if you're going to take risks, that you're protected doing it.
How is our STD rate among teenagers, school-age teenagers, for instance?
I would not know that.
I do. I have it at work, and I'll have the answer for you tomorrow. It's actually sitting on my desk.
Okay.
It's not the greatest, but not the worst.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll bring it in tomorrow. Just send
boy.
me a text. Yeah. I'm actually headed to work right now. So.
Okay. Well, have
Yeah.
fun.
Okay. Well, when we come back from weather, we need to talk about the community health needs assessment. And you're going to tell us about that and how a person can take the survey.
Yeah.
All right. Yep. That's what I want to hear about. You're live and local, Real Talk Freedom 97.1, 1120 a.m. WSME. Don't get too far from the radio. We'll be right back.
WSME. Mohawk All Pet Protection and Warranty is the only proper protection and warranty for all pets, all accidents, all the time. Because your pets are family members too. No matter how you live, we got you covered. Soft, luxurious, smart strip, forever clean carpet. Gorgeous, durable, solid tech luxury vinyl tile. Mohawk has the ultimate floor for every room in your home that's suitable for all pets. For details, contact Watkins Floor Covering online at watkinsnewfloor.com. Watkins Floor Covering, thanking you for putting them the best of the best for 2023 in the flooring covering and carpet cleaning category. Watkins Floor Covering, they're more than just floors. It's custom showers, custom tubs, carpet cleaning, backsplashes, bathrooms, commercial, retail, and home flooring too. Watkins Floor Covering, family owned and operated since 1997 with locations in Jacksonville and Surf City. Watkins Floor Covering, you stand on it, we stand behind it. Tammy Fry Allstate Swansboro can save you money on your automobile insurance with new options that are available now. Tammy Fry Allstate Swansboro goes the extra mile to make sure you are in good hands, like helping you customize your auto, home, and windstorm coverage with their Write Your Own Home policy. Yes, save even more when you bundle your home, auto, boat, motorcycle, and even your golf cart. Remember, if it rolls or floats, call Tammy for a quote. You and everything you own are in good hands with Tammy Fry Allstate Swansboro. Save more money on your automobile insurance today. 910-326-5383 today. Tammy Fry Allstate, 638 West Corbett Avenue in the friendly city by the sea, Swansboro.
If you plan to rebuild, remodel, repair, or do cottage or home improvements, Williams Hardware, 3011B Bridges Street, Morris City, should be your first stop. Williams Hardware carries power tools and equipment, chains and fasteners, plumbing and electrical supplies, along with Gerber, Buck, and Case knives. Williams Hardware is your helpful, handy hardware store. Williams Hardware cuts glass to size and cuts and threads pipe. When the chores are done and the cleanup is finished, light up that Wilmington grill from Williams Hardware. Williams Hardware, 3011B Bridges Street, Morris City, open Monday through Saturday from 7:30 till 6 p.m. and Sundays for your convenience, noon till 5. Phone Williams Hardware, 252-726-7158.
Humphrey Heating and Air Conditioning, your trusted local Carrier indoor weather team. Serving all of your heating and air conditioning needs since 1967, now offers residential and commercial duct and dryer vent cleaning, and now offers expert residential and commercial plumbing service. In case of a power outage due to a storm or for any reason, be prepared with a Generac generator for your home or business. Humphrey Heating and Air Conditioning has Generac generators in stock ready to install today. Remember, better breathing comes with cleaner air. Let Humphrey Heating and Air Conditioning improve the air quality in your home or business with professional air duct cleaning. As always, Humphrey Heating and Air Conditioning is available 24/7 for all your heating, cooling, and plumbing emergency needs. Turn to the Carrier experts. Humphrey Heating and Air Conditioning, with locations in Jacksonville and Hempstead. Visit online, humphreyheating.com, and follow us on Facebook and Instagram. Humphrey Heating and Air Conditioning, since 1967. Relax, we're on the way.
Attention property owners, are you fed up with bad tenants, under market rents, and late payments? At Fountain Management, we provide unrivaled levels of expertise and all the tools and services you need to make owning a rental property easy and profitable. Are you ready to talk about taking the management of your real estate investment to the next level? Well, contact us today. Fountain Management, 910-455-1609. We will make owning your rental property simple and rewarding.
It's live and local real talk on Freedom 97.1 WSME.
Okay, we're back live on local real talk. Push that button in and push that button in. We're good to go. The marine weather forecast is brought to you as a courtesy of Community Prevention Services right here in Jacksonville. And we're reminding you that May is Mental Health Awareness Month. Vaping, we've been talking about that. Substance abuse, talking about that. Drug overdoses, deaths from drug overdoses. Those are some of the issues that we've been talking about, but not the only issues that the team at Community Services deals with. Sometimes tragedy can be overwhelming. It can act like a disease. It can be physically impairing. It's a problem that you may have issues dealing with yourself. You might not recognize it, might not acknowledge it. Your job, your boss, all can cause stress that you might not even be able to recognize as stress. If left untreated, stress can lead to anxiety issues, among other things. You might know something is wrong. You might suspect something is wrong, but you just can't quite get your head wrapped around it. Believe me, you're not alone. Most of us have stress issues to deal with to some degree at some time in our lives, but it seems you're not moving forward while dealing with the issues. That's definitely when you need to reach out. Trained professionals are standing by to help, but you need to take the first step. Call Community Prevention Services of Jacksonville, 910-353-0972. They're located on 918 Henderson Drive right here in Jayville. Their credentials are totally incredible. The number, again, 910-353-0972. If you want to go offshore today, winds out of the southwest, 15 to 20 knots with gusts to 25 seas, kicking up, building 3 to 4. The waves from the south, about 4 feet high, 5 seconds apart. And that means they're close together. You're going to be rocking and rolling. You'll feel like you're in a washing machine. Easterly swells around 1 foot every 10 seconds. Later in the day, sounds and rivers choppy. Tomorrow, southwesterly winds 15 to 20, gusts to 25, seas 3 to 5. Yeah, those waves are going to be coming at you from the southwest, about 4 feet tall every 6 seconds. And then later from the east at 2 feet every 10 seconds, sounds and rivers choppy. Southwesterly winds on Thursday, 15 to 20, increasing to 20 to 25 in the afternoon, gusts up to 30, seas 5 to 7 feet. They're going to have waves coming at you from 2 directions. Southwesterly at 6 feet it's every 7 seconds apart, then easterly crossing at 1 foot every 11 seconds. That's when it gets messy. Sounds and rivers choppy, becoming rough in the afternoon. Surf temperature along the Onslow Bay beaches when the weather calms down, it'll be great for Spanish mackerel. About 71 right now in the surf. Offshore, it's about 72 degrees.
Nice. Okay, today is partly sunny with a high near 88. West wind 7 to 11 miles per hour with gusts as high as 18 and a 30% chance of scattered storms this afternoon. Tonight, a slight chance of showers and thunderstorms before midnight, partly cloudy with a low around 70, southwest wind around 7 miles per hour. Wednesday, a 30% chance of showers and thunderstorms in the afternoon, mostly sunny with a high near 92. Thursday, a 50% chance of showers and thunderstorms, mostly sunny with a high near 90.
Okay.
Warming up.
Matt Mano from the Onslow County Health Department is in the studio with us. He's their outreach guy and community relations, community resources, all sorts of good stuff there, right?
And he wants to talk about a 2024 community health
That's what we want to know about.
assessment.
Okay. So how do you go about this?
So we do our community health needs assessment. We partner with Onslow Memorial Hospital every 3 years. We conduct this. We take a community survey, we do focus groups, and we take that primary data, and then we compile it and cross-reference it with a bunch of secondary data, which is like your census information, State Center for Health Statistics, CDC, all that information. We gather it up, we analyze the data, we see where the health priorities are identified within our county. And so that's the whole point of the community health needs assessment, is to see for the next 3 years, where do we need to focus our efforts? And so it's 2024. We're ready to start it back again. The last one was in 2021. So we're going to be.
I would imagine conditions have changed just slightly since 2021.
Yeah.
You will not be able to make a comparison there, I'm sure.
Right. So we're looking at what we need to focus on for our next 3 years, and of course we want to focus our efforts where our community feels the needs are. And so in order to identify those different health priorities, we do community surveys, and I know it's another survey, but it's the best way to get the information quickly from all of our different people around Onslow County. And so with a population of 200,000 people, you think about it, for these surveys, 1% is still about 2,000 surveys. So we're trying to get as much and as diverse of a sample size as we can. And so we have this survey that we're currently shooting out to the community, and we're trying to get as big of a response as we can. It offers, the survey itself has a bunch of different questions: tobacco use, substance use, mental health, access to care, maternal health, sexual health, all the information that somebody could probably think about as far as assessing the health needs. And so people answer it based on their response, however they feel about it. They can skip questions if they want. They can go through the whole thing, and it's all completely anonymous. They do it online. We also have paper surveys too. So we want to make sure that, if anybody has a barrier to the internet or they don't know how technology works, that's okay. We still have pen and paper as well.
So how do you target these people? Who do you go after?
Yeah. So back in January, we kicked off this whole process by taking a subcommittee that we have. So we have a community health advisory team, and they meet every 2 months. It's full of different agency partners. And so we've taken a subcommittee of those partners, and we have about 20 people in that subcommittee, 20 different agencies. And so we've started kind of figuring out, all right, where we need to reach out, or how can we best reach out, and how can we best kind of get the exposure out there to the community, because we have a lot of responses from Jacksonville, which of course a lot of our population's in Jacksonville, but we also want to hit those rural areas too. So we've been reaching out to all these different partners, making sure that we're hitting the concession stands at Parks and Recreation, making sure that we're going out to the different, we call this festival season. This is whenever we start to do all of our outreaches. People are having their festivals, people are having all their events where we set up booths and tables. So we've been taking survey out to there. We've been going to senior services during bingo days. So before bingo, we've been having the seniors fill out the survey. And so they've been fantastic with that. And we've again been working with OMH. We've been working with our community paramedics. So really anywhere and everywhere that we can. We have it, of course, on social media. We're posted on there. It's on our website. So if you go to the onslowcountync.gov, it's right at the top. It says health survey. You click it and it goes straight to that survey. So anywhere that we can get people to let us in, we're willing to go in. We'll help administrate the survey, or if they just want to promote it for us, we've been passing out postcards, business cards, everything with the QR code and the link, and anything that we can to make sure that we're pushing it out. And so, yeah.
How do you make sure you get a good cross reference of the citizens here in Onslow County, for instance, age, race, sex, education? Any of that included?
That is a great question, and that's always what we want to, again, make sure that we're hitting the population that we have for Onslow County. So the great thing is every week we get a report that shows how many surveys have we collected so far. It shows our age ranges. It shows the zip codes that people have submitted the survey in. Right. It also shows their gender. So we, of course, have a lot of women that fill out the survey compared to men. And so that's where we really want to make sure that we get our guys' input on this, because we have
we don't care.
Right? We got a population of like 44% of women here based on like the Census Bureau. So we want to make sure that we can work guys. Right now we have like 78% women taking the survey. So we want to make sure that, again, it's diverse enough to really represent our county. So it shows race, ethnicity. I think I already said our zip codes. So every week they're sending us these reports to make sure that we're getting at least a good sample size of the type of demographics that we have here in Onslow County.
Okay. How many? You're after? How many? 1,000?
So no. Okay, that'd be great.
Oh, would?
That would be fantastic. Our target range is around 400 surveys that we'd like to get. However, in 2021, we got almost 800. So I mean,
they didn't have anything else to do,
right?
They were locked in.
That was
entertainment.
Yeah, I think that was the biggest thing. People were inside anyways. We weren't able to do outreach the way we're doing now. Mm-hmm. So the survey and everything was completely online. We were only pushing it out electronically. So we ended up getting almost 800 last. I think it was like 760 some responses. So if we could, I mean, like I said, we haven't hit that sweet spot. But I know our sample size that we're looking for is somewhere between the 350, 400 mark.
So if you get one of these, how are you distributing them? I mean, you're going to locations and just asking people if they'll take this. How long does it take you to give them this survey or for them to fill it out?
Yeah, it's a 43-question survey. I know it's a doozy, but it also identifies all those different priorities that I was mentioning. And so if we shorten it, then we're almost boxing people into what we think the priorities are. So we want to make sure that they have the opportunity to answer to what they believe the priorities are. So, but they're not hard questions. I mean, it's that, how do you feel about this? And then agree, disagree, prefer not to say, stuff like that. So they're pretty fast. It takes about 10 to 15 minutes to do the survey.
Okay, it's not bad.
So it's not terrible. And again, it gives us a lot of input just from each survey.
Do you want people to volunteer for it?
Anybody can do it. So
where can they find it?
They can do it online. So if they go to our website, onslowcountync.gov, there's a big red button at the top and it says health survey.
I just clicked on it.
Onslow County.
Yes. And as soon as you go,
NC.gov.
I put it on our pages, and as soon as you go to that page, right at the very top, it says health survey.
How long are you conducting this survey?
So this will be going until May 31st.
Oh, okay. You guys got to get off the pot now. Let's do it.
Yep. So they got till the end of the month.
You got 3 weeks
to get this in.
Let's make this happen.
All right. I'm taking it right now. First thing is age. Are you 18 or older?
Huh?
Yeah, a little bit.
And that's the biggest part. We're not surveying youth. So you got
I was going to ask
older.
you. So it has to be 18 or older. Okay. Well,
Okay.
you trying to tell me that under 18, they don't think for themselves?
No, not at all.
Oh, okay.
We were all there once.
I wasn't. I grew up old.
What is your age group? Can I lie? I
Well, then
prefer
that's
not to
use the
answer.
data.
There's no name on it. You
That's
don't
right,
use
it's
a
anonymous.
name. It's
Oh.
anonymous.
Oh, okay.
So don't worry about
Tell
it.
the truth then. All right. Oh, here we go. What's best describes your gender? Man, woman,
Or other.
non-binary, gender queer or gender non-conforming. Prefer not to say. Y'all have to do this, don't you?
That's true. Yeah. So the survey is developed out of our regional
Wow.
work group, Healthy NC. So some of the questions, yep, we
You're forced. I
included from
understand.
them.
Yeah, you have to go with the flow.
Be interesting. Will you be publishing or making these results?
Yes. Yep.
Good. I want one whenever you finish it.
So absolutely, everybody. Once
Maybe you can come back in and we'll analyze it.
maybe, yeah, once it's ready to report, we'll bring the report in and show you the findings of it. Well,
What language is most often spoken in your home? They
Southern.
don't have one for cursey words.
Southern.
Just kidding, I don't. Oh, goodness. All right. It's a fairly simple, standard, what I've seen so
Okay,
far.
now you posted on the website how to get there.
Yes,
Right?
I did.
Go to our Facebook page and you'll find out how to get there and take this
Mhm.
quiz. I call it a quiz. Let's see if you can finish it. If you can't, there may be something on there that you don't. If you don't understand it, don't fill it out. But if you do understand it, just don't pass over it because you're kind of defeating the purpose of a survey. If you understand the question and you feel like you can accurately respond to that, fill it out.
absolutely, yeah.
We'll definitely push this for you. This is good.
And like I said, there's areas in there where it is anonymous. Some people still don't want to answer. You can hit prefer not to say, and that's
Yeah,
okay.
that's
Let's get
okay,
over.
but
And then the best part about this, June, the survey will wrap up at the groups at the end of May, and then June and July, we have a third party vendor that's going to be compiling all the data
good.
and everything. So they'll be doing the data analysis and data visualization, all that stuff. And then at the towards the end of the year, we'll be compiling the reports. So then we'll have the 2024 Community Health Needs Assessment. So we have our 2021 on our website, and then this will go to the same place. We keep all those in one page on our website under our community section. And so in August, we'll start reviewing all of that data. We'll then be able to identify those priorities. And that's where we call them CHIPs, Community Health Improvement Plans. And so that's what our health educators are currently working on.
excellent. I like that. Thinking about the future. What impacts us now?
So right now we're working on our chips from the 2021 CHNA. We have 4 different chips, and there's different programs within those chips. So we have mental and behavioral health, which I will preface, we don't do mental health at the health department, like we don't do counseling, stuff like that, but we do promote mental health and knowing that it is important to watch your mental health, having different types of coping strategies. And again, those adverse childhood experiences. We have healthy living on there. We have women's and children's health. And then we have health equity and health disparities. So those are the 4 different sections that we're focusing on. And then they include different programs. Like we do one called Faithful Families. And so that's a nutrition and wellness program for churches. So we go to different churches. We teach them about blood pressure, cholesterol, healthy eating, shopping healthy on a budget. And then they use a lay leader from the church. So we partner with them, and then they have a lay leader that presents the spiritual aspects, so that whatever denomination they are, their lay leader can create a prayer, they can review scripture and stuff like that. And then we offer the educational nutrition component of it. So they do that for 9 weeks. And so again, to help with our prevention of chronic disease, we do that program. The Healthy for Life program is very similar to that, except we do it online. Anybody's able to attend that. We have a diabetes prevention program where people that are right on the edge of type 2, it's a 1-year cohort program where they do it every week for 3 months, every other week for 3 months, and then monthly for 6 months. And so the whole point of that program is to help create a lifestyle change. Instead of getting diagnosed with type 2, instead of getting on medication, creating those healthier habits and behaviors so that you don't end up in that situation. Promoting our women's and children's services to make sure that our kids are healthy, to make sure that they're aware of the services that we offer. Our mental and behavioral health CHIP is currently doing our ACEs training so that we can help promote trauma-informed mindsets. And we partner with One Place and Peers for that as well. And then we also have the overdose fatality review team So they have quarterly meetings of different agencies that come onto that and looking for ways of how could have drug users, how could we have intervened? What are recommendations that could have come out of this to help prevent overdoses, which is obviously a hot topic right now. We have other programs that we're doing, like the Catch My Breath vaping prevention program, our different social media campaigns that we're doing. Because of course, everybody says, how do we get out there? And social media, of course, but trying to be a little strategic about it.
Socialist media.
Yeah. I mean, that's one of the things that we're constantly trying to see is how do we reach out to our community? How does our community know that we're there? How do we be able to share those services, and not just share the services that we offer, but also inform, educate, bring awareness, and help our community be healthier, so they're not to the point where now we're trying to revert things rather than just giving them the knowledge to be able to equip them.
Matt, great job.
Thank you.
I tell you,
good job having your first time in here too with us.
I know it. He's just so much knowledge.
He didn't even have any notes there in front of him.
I was thinking about that.
No,
he didn't need them.
I know. I'm looking at the things here to ask him, and I didn't have to ask a thing because he
he's got
covered
it all.
everything.
Very good. Matt, we do appreciate you coming in, and we would like to have you back on a regular
Thanks so
basis.
much
And
for having us.
definitely, when the results of that survey are out,
Excellent.
regardless of whether you have an analysis of it or not, I like to see what all the results show.
Absolutely, yeah.
What people think.
In our CHNA is due to the state March 2025. So we'll have it. I mean, we'll have it before that probably for sure, but definitely we'll have to come back and share what we got.
Absolutely. And any of the other issues that are popping up around there, vaping is going to be a hot topic, continuing to be a hot topic locally. Enforcement has jumped in when others have not, including legislators. But maybe they will get off the pot here and take some preventative action. I know locally they're doing something about vaping stores or vape stores being located within certain areas. Of course, those that are already there, you can't just shut them down.
Right.
They might go out of business, but you can't just shut them down. They probably have in there, if you go out of business, you can't reopen with the same type of business there. That's quite standard in some of the ordinances that are out there.
Yeah, now, this information is posted in our links on YouTube and Facebook for today, but I'll do a separate post later on today,
Yes.
stressing the importance of this and putting the information on there. I think this is something really good for our community.
It is great for
I
the
mean,
community.
something that you'll be focusing on for the next 3 years and offering people. And the survey is very easy. I don't know how far I'm through with it, but it asks a lot of good questions like, do you have health insurance, or can you afford it? And what keeps you from going to the doctor? Is because
A lot of people, yeah.
White
and
coats.
it asks that, and you could answer honestly. Like he said, it's anonymous. It doesn't show who it's from, but this is good to know because I know so many people that live in this area that don't have health insurance because they can't afford it, and so therefore don't take care of their health.
Well, sometimes you got to figure out whether you're going to eat or take care of your health or whatever.
That's right. Yeah, true.
It's just like
But these
Paying bills.
questions are very important that this survey is asking because it really delves into a lot of the issues in this community.
I'll be anxious to see the results.
Yes, I will
Matt, thank
too.
you. We do appreciate it.
Definitely have you back on.
Let's take a break. You're live and local. Real Talk Freedom 97.1, 1120 a.m. WSME.
Freedom 97.1 WSME.
Mother's Day is Sunday, May 12th, in case you forgot. So make your mother in your life feel extra special with a gift from Barnes Diamond Gallery, 461 West Boulevard, Suite 120, right here in Jacksonville. All Mother's Day jewelry is reduced 30% off, and you are guaranteed to find a perfect Mother's Day gift at Barnes Diamond Gallery. Barnes Diamond Gallery has a lovely selection of earrings, pendants, bracelets, necklaces, watches, and mother's rings to choose from. In addition, Barnes Diamond Gallery has loose diamonds, emeralds, and pearls. With an in-store jeweler, Barnes Diamond Gallery can custom design a special and unique piece just for you. Being family owned and operated for 40 years, many of our area's mothers and grandmothers grew up with Barnes Diamond Gallery. So why not remember them this Mother's Day, Sunday, May 12th, with a gift from Barnes Diamond Gallery, 421 Western Boulevard, Suite 120, right here in Jacksonville. Remember, Barnes Diamond Gallery pays top prices for gold, sterling silver jewelry, sterling flatware, and diamonds. Happy Mother's Day from Barnes Diamond Gallery.
The best deal for the grill is at Jones LP Gas and Oil Company each Friday. Every Friday from 8 a.m. till closing at 5, Jones LP Gas and Oil Company will fill your 20-pound LP gas grill cylinder for only $11. You heard that right. Each Friday till closing, you can have your 20-pound LP gas cylinder filled for only $11 at Jones Gas and Oil Company, 3881 Wilmington Highway in heart of Verona. In addition to saving money on your LP gas for the grill, Jones Gas and Oil is your full-service gas and oil company serving residential, commercial, and agricultural gas and oil needs, as well as gas appliances, LP replacement parts, fill cylinders, and tankless water heaters, and they offer a 10% military discount on installation. Remember to get that cylinder filled every Friday until closing for only $11. Jones Gas and Oil Company, 3881 the Old Wilmington Highway, Verona. Phone 910-346-6384.
Looking for a job? Full-time? Part-time? Il Cigno Italiano Restaurant wants you. We're currently hiring for hostesses, servers, bartenders, and dishwashers. Il Cigno Italiano is a family-owned, fast-paced restaurant that offers the best in fine dining on the Crystal Coast. If you're hardworking, reliable, professional, and have a desire to always strive for better, we want to talk to you. Make great money and be a part of an outstanding, dedicated team. Il Cigno Italiano on West Corbett Avenue in Swansboro.
Onslow County Motor Company asks you to join them in remembering those that gave their all to preserve our most prized possession, our freedom, this Memorial Day, May 27th. If you are looking to purchase a pre-owned car, truck, or SUV without the high pressure, Onslow County Motor Company, 1639 Lejeune Boulevard, may be the dealership for you. At Onslow County Motor Company, they want to help you buy a car, truck, or SUV, not just sell you one. Buying a car, truck, or SUV should be enjoyable, and the folks at Onslow County Motor Company will do their best in making your car buying experience fun and relaxed. Check out their inventory online at ocmc.us or visit them at 1639 Lejeune Boulevard. All vehicles are hand selected and a standard warranty comes with most vehicles, with extended warranties available, and Carfax is free. Stop by and visit Ben, Brandon, Travis, or Terry. They will gladly answer all your questions about a particular model. Financing? Well, Zeke will finance most anybody. Great selection, great people. Onslow County Motor Company, 1639 Lejeune Boulevard, Jacksonville, where customers send their friends. Phone 910-355-7066. Onslow County Motor Company asks you to join them in honoring those that made the ultimate sacrifice this Memorial Day, May 27th.
Hello, shoppers. Take advantage of the following specials and many more at your locally owned and operated Piggly Wiggly store located in downtown Maysville on Main Street. Yes, downtown Maysville, Piggly Wiggly, where good things cost less, down home down the street. T-bone steak, $9.99 a pound. Half-cut bone-in strip loin, just $10.99 a pound. How about boneless chuck roast, just $4.99 a pound. Thick cut boneless pork chops, $2.99 a pound. Boneless fry breast is only $1.99 a pound. Whole boneless pork loin is also just $1.99 a pound. And remember, the beef and pork is cut fresh every day by the butchers at your Maysville Piggly Wiggly, and they use only the finest and certified Angus beef and Sanderson's Farm chicken. Over in produce, first of the season, Vidalia onions, just $2.99 for a 3-pound bag. Yellow, white, or bicolored corn is only 39 cents an ear. North Carolina grown fresh strawberries, just $2.99 for a 1-pound package. Sweet grape tomatoes are only $1.99 a pint. How about whole seedless refreshing watermelons? Just $5.99 each. And you get 2-liter size Coke or Sprite for just $4. That's your locally owned and operated Piggly Wiggly store located in downtown Maysville on Main Street, where good things cost less. Remember, stay big with the pig.
It's live and local. Real Talk on Freedom 97.1, 1120 AM, WSME.
Okay, we're back. Boy, a couple of nice guests this morning, again, as usual.
Yes.
What was that?
That was your phone is on.
That's my
That's
little thing outside that I listen and look at people when they come and go.
Mm-hmm.
That was a garage door, I think, just opening. I think I heard one. It wasn't what the district attorney in New York wanted yesterday from his very own witnesses, especially one, in the State versus Donald J. Trump. Former Trump Organization controller Jeffrey McConney said that Trump did not personally direct a Trump Organization executive to set up reimbursement payments to former Trump Michael Cohen. The case focuses on Trump's former attorney, Cohen, paying former pornographic actor Stormy Daniels $130,000 to quiet her claims, in other words, shut up, of an unproven extramarital affair she had with Trump back in 2006. Trump has denied having that affair. Prosecutors are trying to prove that the Trump organization reimbursed Cohen and fraudulently logged the payments as legal expenses. Prosecutors are working to prove that Trump falsified records with the intent to commit or conceal a second crime, which is a felony. Defense attorney Emil Bove asked McConney, the organization's controller, if Cohen was an attorney. The answer, of course, yep, he is. Bove then asked if the fees paid to Cohen were, in fact, legal fees for services rendered. The funds in question were $35,000 paid monthly to attorney Cohen. Cohen was paid a total of $420,000, according to the testimony, a sum that was grossed up so Cohen would not lose money through taxes. On a much smaller scale, let me explain to you what grossed up means, okay? It's like businesses charging a customer credit card and or handling fees, usually when large purchases are made. They will charge you the fee of the credit card and maybe some handling fees if any are involved. That happens on a regular basis. That is kind of like grossing up the fees, right?
Right.
Credit card fees for large purchases can amount to a big part of a company's profits.
Yes.
If you sell a car, you take a credit card for it, and you don't charge the credit card fees. Imagine 3.5% of a $60,000 or $70,000 purchase. That's more than the profits on that vehicle.
That's right.
Next up, the prosecution called Deborah Tarasnoff, a Trump Organization accounts payable supervisor who the DA claims helped arrange hush money payments to Cohen. Tarasnoff labeled the payments to Cohen as legal expenses or retainer at the time they were made. Tarasnoff added that only Mr. Trump could sign checks from his personal account and added that if he did not want to sign a check, he didn't sign it. Tarasnoff also testified that she did not have any decision-making authority and only followed instructions. Meanwhile, the prosecution said it would need at least 2 to 3 more weeks to make its case against the former president. Then comes the defense attorney's time. Makes a bit of a complication for the jury to wrap its head around, I'll tell you that. If they're going to use I want to explain something to you right now. If they're going to use only the evidence presented and not what one lawyer or the other wants to make them believe, evidence, and that includes sworn testimony, has to be disproven. Otherwise, it stands as evidence whether you believe it or not. In other words, this comptroller, whatever he was, comptroller for Trump's organization, and the lady there, Deborah Tarasnoff, their testimony, unless it's disproven, is evidence in this case, and that's what the jury has to consider. Duh. Might be a little tough for the prosecution to argue differently without a smoking gun. They haven't had that smoking gun yet, not to the best of my knowledge. Maybe they have one somewhere hiding in their bag of tricks.
Absolutely.
We're going to go to Carolina in just a minute.
Yes.
The University of North Carolina.
Yes.
If you're not hot under the collar yet, prepare to get that way. You're live in local Real Talk. We'll be right back.
Freedom 97.1 WSME.
Whatever, because Sunday, May 12th is Mother's Day. Jacksonville's oldest jeweler, Bryn Mawr Jewelers, has celebrated mothers, grandmothers, and even great-grandmothers for 74 years. Wow. Being a mother is the hardest job in the world. And in honor of this special occasion, Bryn Mawr Jewelers, located at 1136 Western Boulevard next to Sam's Club, invites you to their beautiful showcase to check out their special and unique selection of fine diamonds, pearls, emeralds, rings, mother's rings, beautiful watches, and bracelets. And if you prefer, Bryn Mawr Jewelers will gladly design a custom piece just for you. Make mom feel extra special this Mother's Day with a gift from Bryn Mawr Jewelers. Family owned and operated for 74 years. Happy Mother's Day. from the Queen of Diamonds, Lisa Les Keys and Luke Keys of Bryn Mawr Jewelers. Phone 910-455-2994. Online at brynmarjewelers.com.
Have you gotten your copy of Topsail Times newspaper this week? If not, did you know that Topsail Times is Topsail area's only local newspaper in print? Started a little over a year ago, we now have over 1,500 online subscribers and 5,000 printed copies that go out every 2 weeks. And we never charge our readers. Information should be free to our readers, and we stick by that. Looking for an idea for date night? Want to learn some local history? How about asking a veterinarian about your pet? These things and more are available in each copy of the Topsail Times newspaper. Want to get the word out about your business? We offer great rates for full color ads, and the online paper version is always included for free. Need help designing the perfect ad? We can do that too. We're always looking for human interest stories, so start writing. And we love local photos too. Check out our website at topsailtimes.net, where you can find out where to pick up a copy or check out our latest publication online.
Welcome to Lane & Associates Family Dentistry, where we love to make you smile. Now proud to be working with Drs. Kim and Tommy Morgan, formerly Morgan Family Dentistry. The Jacksonville and Richlands Morgan offices of Lane & Associates Family Dentistry blends the latest technology with personal care and attention, so you have an amazing dental experience. The offices of Lane & Associates welcome all ages and accepts all major insurances, including military. Lane & Associates Family Dentistry has been serving the state of North Carolina for over 40 years, with 2 locations in Jacksonville, Richlands, and Maysville. Call for an appointment today at 877-LANE-DDS or online at lanedds.com. Welcome to Lane & Associates Family Dentistry. The Cub Cadet Ultimate Sales Event is here. Now through May 18th, save on select Cub Cadet lawnmowers, including both gas and battery-powered zero-turns and lawn tractors. The Cub Cadet Ultimate Series, which includes both lap bar and steering wheel models with heavy-duty mowing decks available in a variety of sizes designed to deliver a premium cut. And Cub Cadet XT Enduro Series lawn tractors were engineered for strength, comfort, and versatility. Don't wait. The Ultimate Sales Event ends May 18th. Head to Mills International Incorporated, your local Cub Cadet dealer, at 801 South Queen Street, Kinston, for exceptional offers, expert advice, and excellent service. Offer valid 4/14/24 through 5/18/24. Participating Cub Cadet dealers and online at cubcadet.com. Prices may vary by retailer, may not be combined with any other discount or offer, does not apply to prior purchases. Other restrictions apply. Void where prohibited.
If your plans include hitting the road this year to do some traveling, make sure a visit to Silent Service Center is on your to-do list. Travel safety starts with the tires on your vehicle, and a visit to Silent Service Center will give you peace of mind with the best value in all name brand tires and the largest selection of used tires in this area. In addition to quality tires, Silent Service Center is a North Carolina inspection station and does complete brake service, oil changes, and alignment service. Silent Service Center, 1707 Lejeune Boulevard, Jacksonville, and 108 West Main Street, Havelock. Phone 910-353-4760.
It's live and local. Real talk on Freedom 97.1 WSME.
Okay, Dickie, we're back live and local. Closing minutes of the day. Let's go to Chapel Hill.
Yeah, you go right ahead.
You know, a bunch of kids up there, students, they got suspended during the pro-Palestinian protest that led to students, protesters, and police having a big old fight, right?
Yes.
Students, protesters, and police were having a big fight. So they got suspended from school. Well,
as they should.
What else would you do? I'm sure some of them were arrested. More than 760 UNC Chapel Hill faculty and staff are now calling on the chancellor to provide amnesty to those students suspended during that time. In a letter from UNC Provost and Graduate School Dean Beth Meyer Davis said they are concerned about the possibility of instructors withholding grades as part of the protests. Apparently, there's word out there that those instructors are saying, if you do not grant them amnesty, none of those kids are going to graduate. We're not going to tell you, we're going to withhold their grades.
We're going to hold the grade hostage.
You're fired. What would you have done? Well, we know what would have happened. Guy named Ray. Ronnie, remember the airport air traffic controllers who decided to create a walkout type thing?
Oh, yes.
What happened to them?
They got fired, didn't they?
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm. Well, listening to it this morning on Fox News, and they were talking about that the faculty and staff claimed that the 15 UNC students who were arrested at the encampment were suspended from the university unfairly.
Why?
And it's a violation of their freedom of speech.
No, it's not.
They didn't go into say about how there were clashes with the police.
If they're
about
fighting and they get arrested,
how they took down the American flag and replaced it with a Palestinian flag.
Uh-huh.
Now, you know, that right there, I can't get past. Cannot get past.
Letter from the faculty called the protesters peaceful. The university said the protesters damaged the quad where all of this took place. That's not peaceful.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Yep. They tore down the barricades that the campus put up.
One student said they are steadfast in their demand that they deserve amnesty to protesting for human rights against an illegal war. It's not the responsibility of the university to punish them for merely standing for justice. They were not merely standing for anything. They were fighting.
That's right.
They were told to disperse. They were tearing stuff up. No. Sorry.
Yeah, they said after a clash between protesters and police at the University of North Carolina on Tuesday, so I'm assuming this is last Tuesday.
Yes, it was.
A half-mile barricade now covers a quad. And since then, they have torn down that barricade.
Mm-hmm.
What's peaceful about that?
Nothing. There's no freedom of speech there, no right to damage property. It's not yours. It's mine.
They want the university to divest from any
Yes, too bad.
Israeli companies. Okay, well, be prepared to pay twice what you're paying right now, tuition.
Of course. Yeah.
Because that's what helps keep your tuition down.
A lot of these companies are going to quit. A lot of them have already quit.
Yes.
Contributing to universities and colleges that do not stand up for the rights of Israel. Okay, that's happening. Okay, tomorrow, yay!
Tomorrow,
we got Dr. Rose. Dr.
Yes, we
Rosemary
do.
Stein in here. So
Yes, we do.
we have to come up with some really good questions. So maybe we can stump the doc. What do you think?
Yeah, that would be. Let's find something tonight. Let's stump see who can stump the doc.
I'll give her some signs, some signs that if I had that I walked into her office and with some complaints, maybe she could figure out what was wrong with me.
The three of us need to come up with a question to see who can stump her. That's a good thought.
Stump the doc. Okay.
Yes.
No,
and we
better not
also
do
have
that.
a special guest in the studio with us tomorrow morning,
And that is?
the Donkey Man.
Yes, we do.
He'll be here all morning. He's going to spend the morning with us.
Yeah.
So,
Be interesting.
yes.
So, Timmy will be here. So get your calls ready. If
Right.
you got questions about jackasses, and I'm talking about the four-legged kind, you can
Yes.
talk. If you got questions about the two-legged kind, talk to me.
Yeah, you're good with that.
Have a great rest of your day. Be safe, and we will see you tomorrow morning in about 22 hours. You're live and local Real Talk, Freedom 97.1, 1128 WSME. Fox News is now at 10. It's going to be another dose of your daily D's, and at 3 o'clock this afternoon, Hollywood, our man, the man, will be taking over. See you in the morning.
WSME, Camp Lejeune, W246 CJ, Jacksonville.
Fox News, I'm Chris Foster. Her attorney says is expected to testify today at former President Trump's criminal hush money trial in New York.
Is expected to testify, of course, about getting paid off by Michael